good evening, and welcome to a special edition of Titans Talk right here on the Mark Moses Show, as we're going to talk all things Eastern Florida athletics. Now, I've been trying to work on this for a couple weeks, and you can see I am not alone. We have a lot of nice ladies on with me tonight who are here to talk some cross country with me because they are part of a very prestigious team, the first ever women's team at Eastern Florida. Now, I have a list of people on here. Hopefully they can all hear me. We're going to try to do this together. But yes, I have Maggie, Allison, Julie. Amie's going to join us. I know she was having some problems with her cell phone. That's okay. And we're going to go around the horn talking Eastern Florida cross country. So we'll start with Maggie. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of Amie real quick and bring her back. All right, here's what I'm going to do. The four will be with us right now. Let's start with Maggie. Maggie, how you doing right now?
Hi, good. How are you?
I am doing just fine. Allison, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good.
Okay, and Julie, how are you doing?
Doing great.
Okay, are we missing someone? I know we had Amie. Are we someone else? All right, I think we're good.
Okay.
Who else? All right, Maggie, who else are we missing from our conversation right now?
Jennifer is not here yet. Amie, you just dropped, and I think you're going to get her back.
Yeah, we're going to try to get her back. And then I know her sister can't make it this evening, but we'll figure it out. So here's the story. So a couple weeks ago, I talked to your former coach, Doug Butler, who does a great job, men's and women's cross country at Eastern Florida. And he brought up with me the idea that he needed to create a women's team, and he couldn't get anyone to sign up to do it. So it sounds like a Disney movie, but he went into the local community and he found some great ladies here in Brevard County. So let's start with Maggie. Maggie, I feel like you're the ringleader. What happened exactly with this story from a couple years ago?
Well, I work at Running Zone, and Doug, spent some time in there from time to time. And I mean, he literally was talking about how he was begging people, and he was telling us, who he was asking. Nice. And anyway, my story is Jennifer signed up, and Jennifer came in to get shoes to be on the team. And I started talking to her, and I was like, wow, you're doing this? And she said, yeah, what the heck? What could go wrong? And it got me thinking, all right, maybe I can do this. I thought everybody on the team was going to be 30, super fast, and that I was way out of the league. And so anyway, my mom had just passed away. My husband passed away, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try something new here and see how this goes. So I called Doug, and, Doug was begging women all through the community. I think I begged Doug to let me. He said, yeah, I'll let you. So, have you? I didn't really beg him, but he graced me the opportunity to do it.
Okay, so then, like you said, you're with the Running Zone. You do a great job organizing some of these great marathons in the area. My question for you then is, have you ever done this before at your age where you were part of a cross-country team?
Heck no. I really have never been part of a team before. I had all my eligibility. I never competed in anything in college. I ran track one season in high school. And truthfully, I can probably run better and faster now than I could back when I was in high school or college.
Okay, that's Maggie. Let's go to Allison. Allison, did you also beg to be part of the team? What is your story as part of this? What is
Oh, man. It's funny. I actually I thought it was like a second chance almost for me. So I had a background in college soccer. I played for FIT. And after college, I got into running. And I started coaching soccer and was running with I coached at Mel High, and the cross country team would run every morning. So I started hopping and running in with them, just trying to stay fit. And I think Doug was trying to recruit some of the seniors or the juniors on Mel High's cross country team. And the coach at Mel High kind of said, hey, give her a go. And so that's kind of how that happened. And I took it I actually loved it. I loved getting the chance to do it again and being a part of a team. And with all these wonderful ladies, you'll hear all of their stories, but it was so much fun, and I would do it all over again.
What did you tell your family? Did like, hey, I'm going to go?
Oh my gosh. They were like, you're doing what? You're going back to school? 20, I was 28 or 29. And they they loved it. They're local too, so they got to go see a race, so that was fun.
Julie, hearing the stories of everyone else, did you have a similar experience while you joined the team?
Somewhat similar. However, I didn't beg to be on the team. Doug approached me the summer of 2022, and I was on the fence. I was coaching high school at the time as well, cross country and track, and on the fence on whether or not I was going to continue to coach. He approached me, and first I politely said no thank you, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. But with the encouragement of my family and friends, I decided to step down from coaching, get a little bit of my own time back. And I said yes. And I loved every single minute of it.
And on top of that, you had to go to class. You were a teacher. Now you have to be a student. Is that what happened?
Yes. No, I'm not a teacher, though. I was a community coach for a local high school here. But I wasn't a teacher. But yeah, it was great experience. Would love to do it again. Well, I don't know if I should say that. I still have eligibility.
Yeah, they might need you. All right, let's go to Amie. She's in the car. I know she's super busy, so thanks for joining us. Amie, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I like it. Thanks for coming out with us. What was your story trying to join the team there at Eastern Florida?
I just pleasure of knowing the right people, I guess, because Jennifer was approached by Doug and his friend, and I guess her, my sister, and I had been running, and it was like the first time running for me. And they're like, "Hey, Amie, do you run on a cross country team?" And I was like, "No, not really." They're like, "Come on, it'll be a lot of fun." And I had never ran before. I just started getting into it. And they were like, "You just come on, let's do this. It'll be fun." So I said, "If you guys do it, then I'll." So, because they were on the fence as well. And so when they said yes, I had no other choice but to go. And actually, it ended up a lot of fun. I got pushed to limits I didn't know that I could be pushed to. I didn't know I could run the way that I could run. And I found out that I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, it was just an experience that I don't know if I'll do it again, though, but it was a lot of fun.
Did you at least play other sports growing up to get you ready to try to do this?
Not since I was probably middle school. I was a gymnast, but that's it.
Okay. Your story might win. Where just no experience whatsoever.
None at all.
Was there a moment? Okay. What was the moment? We'll go back to Maggie then. When you all met each other. I know, Amie, you say you and your sister know each other, but what was that first meeting like when you guys came together as a team? Do you remember that experience?
I think the first time we all kind of met on the same place, we were taking a team photo. Is that right? At Eastern Florida?
Yeah.
The day we got our uniforms.
Uniforms, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so Jennifer holds up her uniform. It's these little short shorts, right? They have like a 1-inch inseam. And she goes, "Nobody wants to see grandma wearing this."
Did you say no? We're not wearing those? What happened?
We politely asked if we could wear some other black shorts.
Okay, so you went with that. So you guys are like, "Hi, I'm Allison. Hi, I'm Amie. I'm Julie." And then you took the photo. I need this photo. I have to see it. I just know what it looks like. Okay. So, all right. You guys were practicing for a couple weeks. Allison, I'll let you answer this. What was it like in that practice, those couple weeks to get ready for that first meet when you guys were trying to learn each other?
Oh, man. Well, we met at the high school track, and we would meet every, Tuesday, Thursday morning, 6 a.m. It was like go time. We would run that track, and it was business, straight to business. We were, gosh, I don't know. I really just enjoyed waking up in the mornings and having knowing I was going to go see the girls. We would meet and we would all kind of jump in the struggle together. And we knew that we were going to be pushed to limits that, we were running with high school to college, young college aspiring students. So we were kind of like, all right, let's jump in and go. And Coach Butler was, you know, he's not going to hold back. He pushed us just as hard as he was pushing the others. So it was good. It was a fun environment to be in. Julie,
what was that first meet like then? When you guys have been practicing for a couple of weeks, it's go time now. We got to compete for Eastern Florida.
A lot of nerves, a lot of, you know, unexpected situations. It was hot that day. We never ran that course. It was a new course because our home meet was our first race.
Wickham. Yeah.
Wickham.
Yeah. So it was a new course for us, but it was exciting. It was exciting lining up with all of the 18 to 21-year-olds. And just being, you know, just letting us see what we can do and where we place in the field. And I think we held our own. We did a great job.
Then Amie, you never ran before. You were training for a couple weeks. Was there a moment like, what did I get myself into when you got to that first meet?
Oh, for sure. I think I told myself that I couldn't do it many times, but I think the ladies around me told me that I could. And to finish that first race was like something I never experienced before. Made me feel like I could do the rest of the season.
That is awesome. Maggie, you talked about your background with, you know, your family, and I know your son also competed as well at Eastern Florida, which is just a great story on its own. When you competed in that first meet, what did that mean to you, especially when you said earlier, what the heck, let's go for this? What was it?
Yeah, that was before I said yes that I was going to do this. I called him and asked his permission. And he was totally down with it. He was totally, you know, supportive and excited for me. And yeah, lining up for that first race was great. You know, I think the men went first and we cheered them on, and, you know, he cheered us on. And ironically, my other son's girlfriend was in that first meet. So I competed against my son's girlfriend also, which is funny.
I like it. This is very key for everyone. If this was my situation or my mother was competing against my girlfriend, my mother would be like, you better be rooting for me, buddy. That's exactly what it would have been. That's really cool. So I hope you beat her. Did you? Come on.
She was at the front of the pack. I was at the end of the pack, but we both finished.
Okay. Allison, what did you take out of that season competing with Eastern Florida?
Oh, man. I think I found, like, I think Amie said, it pushed us to limits. I think all of our personal limits, and then just being a team, it was a good kind of all around experience. I think we all have that. I would say for all of us, it was a great experience. I mean, everybody had their stories that personally that we were fighting for, but then, you know, it was kind of cool knowing that majority of us were working full-time jobs and other things going on and still had to keep up with life. And we were all still showing up for each other and racing. So yeah, it was a really inspiring experience for myself.
Julie, same question. What did you take out of the experience?
Well, I'd been running and racing for years. Butler coached me since 2009. So I was very familiar with, you know, racing and environment, but I took some time off after I started coaching high school. And it was the uncertainty of, could I get back in it and push as hard as I used to? And once we started doing our workouts, where I'm very familiar with his workouts, and then just getting back into it kind of gave me that confidence that I had lost for a long time. And of course, meeting these women and training with them. And it was just a great experience.
That is really cool. Amie, same question. What did you take out of the experience?
Probably that I will try anything once and give it my all. And it definitely gave me the encouragement to try other things that I was afraid to do, that I could probably do it no matter how far in life that I am.
For all you guys, if I said tomorrow we got to train, we got to get ready for 2 weeks from now, would you do it? If we had to do it, you do. Oh,
for sure. Definitely.
I like it. Here's what I'm going to do. Okay, here is Coach Butler. Let me see if I can bring this up for you. Here's Coach Butler when he first told me about this. Okay, now everyone's really paying attention. Here was him when he talked about this story.
In the program 4 years ago, I had to beg ladies. My average age on my girls team when we started 4 years ago was like 45 years old. I had a bunch of local community ladies that just did a phenomenal job for me. They came out and took 12 credit hours. Some of them were already college grads. Most of them were already college grads and just never ran in college. We're just local runners. And they helped me get the program rolling because I couldn't get any high school girls. So now it's pretty good. We've got a decent girls team. We're much better than we're ranked. So we'll see.
All right, there's a lot there. I asked you a loaded question. You gave me a great answer. I like you said, you were 27 when you ran. They're in their 40s. They showed you, Coach. 40.
Yeah, right.
We need to here's what we need to do, because I know you have the Hall of Fame in the hallways outside of the basketball stadium.
Yeah.
That first team, the sacrifice they made, we need to get those ladies into the Hall of Fame. Yes, and I agree with that. That's a good-looking guy right there. I agree with him 100%. I think you ladies with your team, the sacrifices you made for Eastern Florida State College, I will put in my vote, right? And I will talk with Jeff Carr, the athletic director. I think what you guys did to make sure there'd be a program for the women here in Brevard County at Eastern Florida, you deserve all the recognition. You got to go into the Hall. I'm going with it right now. Would you approve of that, what you guys did for the program?
For sure.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Thumbs up. That's right. Okay. All right. I know we're running out of time, but I know it's been very difficult to put this all together. So thank you so much for coming out with me to tell this story. And we need to circle back and do this in person sometime. So thank you, everyone. Maggie, Allison, Julie, and Amie, thank you for coming on, and have a great night. All right.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Mark.
Thank you.